Hello and welcome to another pattern recognition video featuring puzzles. We'll try and do at least 10 puzzles that were from games rated 1800 to 2000. So in this first puzzle, what do we have? A queen that just moved over here. Maybe it captured a pawn. I didn't see. But now it's black's turn. What do you do here? How do you find the winning move? When you're looking at a position, you might want to ask what your opponent's last move did. What did that accomplish? I think they might have captured a pawn or something. I don't know. They could deliver a check over here, maybe. But it's our turn to move. So, you could also count up the material, see if you're ahead or behind, and that'll help you decide if you need to trade down material or if you have to go for a win. We have a bishop for their knight. We each have 3 pawns, but we have the 2 rooks versus their queen. So, that's a little bit more valuable than the lone queen, but it depends on whether these rooks are coordinated, if they're working together, which it looks like they are working together pretty good here because we're preventing the king from being able to move anywhere. It's in a stalemated position. So if we could deliver a check, but how can we do that in a winning way? Our bishop could go here or here, delivering checks on the king, but it would be captured by their knight. So something that's often overlooked are pawn moves. Now, pause the video at any time. That way, I don't give away answers before you're ready. And remember, when you're doing pattern recognition, it's often a good idea to solve the puzzles multiple times. That way you don't just solve them once and forget them and, just completely forget the patterns and tactics that you see. So, what about pushing this pawn? We deliver a check, and the only thing that can be done is for the king to move forward. And then I think we can just go here, and it would end up being a checkmate. So, check and mate. So hopefully you found that one. It was rated 1980. On to puzzle number 2. We just had a check to their king, and remember, when the king is in check, there are 3 or less options. Capture the attacker, which wasn't possible, block, which is what they did, or the king could run. So now we need to figure out, looking at checks first. Well, also our queen is under attack. So what did that last move accomplish by our opponent? Well, it defended the check against the check attack by our queen, but now our queen is under attack. So, we could take, then the king would retake, and then, do we have a good follow-up? That is the question. Well, maybe if we take and they take, if we capture, they can just recapture. But then we could go there, grabbing a rook. We have 2 attackers. They would only have 1 defender. So maybe that's something we want to look at. And we should do this in order. Look at checks first, then captures, then threats. So checks first. Do we have any checks that really do anything? Other than that queen. That's a pretty forcing move. The only other checks are to go here. But then if we do that, there's a back rank mate. So I don't know. I'm thinking we have to capture that queen. The other option would be to move our queen, but as far as checks, that's probably the most forcing one. We capture the queen and we put them in check. They would have to recapture. Then we could go here, forking the king and the bishop. And if their bishop captures, well, then we would be able to grab both of their rooks here. So I think that's what we need to do. Wow, that is not what they want. Okay, well then I'm not sure what to do here. Maybe they want us to check first with the rook. You know, and then... Come on. That looks to be the best way to go. I mean, you take... They take... Then if we go here... Oh, they could take maybe here. Yeah, because now they have a back rank mate threat, so we would have to take. Huh. All right. What else do we have here? I don't know, move the queen back here, but that's too passive. I mean, usually in these puzzles, you're looking for some kind of breakthrough. If we go there, I mean, we are threatening to capture their rook. They could just capture, then our queen captures. Man, what are the other threats? Well, we go there, threatening a counterattack. If they take our queen, well, then what do we do? Come on, what am I missing here? What am I missing? We go there, check. They would have to take with their bishop. Is that what they want? If we go there, or sorry, no, that's the wrong one. We move the rook, check. They can't take with their queen because we're pinning their queen to the king. Okay, they would be in check. They would pretty much have to take with the bishop. Then what do we do? Okay, we take. They take with their bishop. Now we have the back rank mate threat to worry about. So, oh, wait a minute. We have our bishop that can go there. So if we go there, they take. I guess, well, our queen is going to, okay, I think this is what they want. No, come on now. What? This is ridiculous. Do they want us to take that? I don't know. Another one of these stupid puzzles that are really frustrating, and I don't know what the heck they want. Do we have to move our queen? Do we triple it up? I mean, come on. This is getting just stupid. All right, hint, because I don't know. Really? Do they want us to check? Does that do anything? They can just take. Oh, then I guess we take and pull their queen away. All right. Wow. So I guess that's another great example of why you need to look at every possible check, even the ones that look ridiculous. Okay, on to puzzle number 3. Queen just captured here. Now what do we do? Well, I mean, we have a mate threat in 2 moves. We could go there and then bring our queen up and deliver a mate on the next move. But what do they have in the meantime? They could bring their knight in, attacking our king. Then what? Can we survive that? If we go there, I think we're good. All right. So that's what they want. Now we can just take that. Okay, so now we have to run, but what? Oh, wait, we just grabbed their queen now. Huh, but they're going to get our rook. We'll still be ahead in material. Okay, on to puzzle number 4. They just captured here. What can we do? Well, if we look at all the checks first, you know, and what did that move do? I think they captured something. Oh, we could just take that. And then we're threatening a mate in 1 here, but then of course they'll be able to capture. All right, here we go. Another weird position. I mean, I guess we could go. Well, if we go there first, the king could move forward and protect the rook. I mean, it looks like maybe we have to go there because then they'll just capture our knight. Man. I don't know. Sometimes I get frustrated with these puzzles. Okay. What do we do? The obvious move looks to be to just take that rook. So let's look at material. We have 5 pawns. Our opponent has 5. We both have a rook and a queen, but they have an extra bishop. So if we just take their rook, we'll be ahead a little bit. Well, no, they'll take our knight. So yeah, if we take, they take, you know, and then what? Huh. All right. If we go there, check. So we need to look at all the checks. If we check with the knight and the king comes forward to protect the rook, you know, then what do we do? I don't see any good follow-ups after that. We have our bishop. Maybe we could take their knight, but then if they recapture, then what? Huh. You know, maybe by knocking that knight out, we could bring our rook up here in the future, but it looks like we have to take that first. But then we could get a threat here with the rook. So do we have to take that? You know, wow, now they're just letting us take their queen. Okay. All right, well, what would have happened if they didn't do that? You know, if we take that and they don't go there and just let us take their queen, and what if they just took our knight? Am I missing something here? Okay, if they go there, we have queen to h4 check. Oh, and then our bishop comes up there. I mean, we go here. Yeah, and that's not looking good. I mean, queen to h4, king to g1, and then the bishop comes up here and starts checking. All right, well, let's get out of that and go on to puzzle number 5. Okay, the rook has just dropped back. Why? Why is the rook doing that? What is the purpose? behind that move? Maybe, to move over here behind his pawns that he's trying to push forward. Maybe something like this. But in the meantime, we could go there immediately. We do have this passed pawn, though. So maybe he's trying to get back there to be able to stop that. And they have a bishop protecting that as well. All right. Okay, we have the black pieces. It's our turn to move. What can we do? Well, what if we move here, attacking the king? The king would have to go there. I don't know. That just helps the king get into the center a little bit, but it would block the path of his bishop to be able to cover that square. So maybe that's what we want to do. But of course, he could go to the H file. No, that would let our king take his bishop. So I don't know. Maybe we go there. Okay, apparently that is what they want. Now, looks like we can push our pawn forward unless we have something better. I mean, we could just go there. Okay, so that's what they want. Now we can grab the bishop. But if we take theirs, they'll take ours, and we're stuck at the edge of the board, which is not so great. I don't know. That looks like the move that we have to make is go there. Okay, now we can just push our rook up here and try and promote our pawn. All right. Well, I hope you did well on that one. These are seeming a little bit trickier today. Maybe it's my imagination. All right. Puzzle number 6. What is this all about? It looks like a simple mate in one threat with the bishop and queen lining up here. So I think we could just push forward, attacking the queen, and then go after that. So maybe they just made a mistake here. I think that's what we need to do. All right. So now, we can save our queen, go after the rook at the same time, but then they would just be able to retreat back and defend. Then what do we do? What would happen if we go after their queen and they take our queen, then we capture? Okay, let's look at the material here. We have 7 pawns. They have 7. They're ahead a minor piece, so not good for us. If we just take the bishop, the pieces are even, their queen is under attack. We would be attacking their rook. They would have to drop their queen back and defend. Then what do we do? All right, if we were to take their queen and they take ours, then we take, I don't know. That doesn't look so great either. All right. So what did that accomplish? I mean, what am I missing here? I guess we could pin the bishop, then try and attack it. Maybe something like that. Okay, yeah, now we can just attack it with a pawn. Huh. Okay, but our queen is under attack. So what do we do about that? Huh. Well, that doesn't look so good either. Oh, we have a check. Okay, we have a check. That gives us time to then capture their bishop. I mean, they could block with, well, if they block with their queen, then we can grab the rook. So their king would probably have to move, and then we grab the bishop. All right, on to puzzle number 7. What do we have here? Did they capture something? Maybe they captured a pawn, and now, well, why would they do that? Because we could just take their bishop. Oh, they have a, well, they don't have a fork threat. Oh, yeah, they do. If we take their bishop, then they can fork our king and queen. But we can go here, delivering check. You always want to keep an eye on those checks. So check, if they, remember when the king is in check, the 3 options are capture, block, or run from the checking piece. So if the king runs, well, then we can capture with check. You know, capture their bishop and check. They could block with their knight, and we would probably have to take that. If we check with the queen, they could block with their queen, and then we could capture and then grab their bishop. So let's look at the material. Right now, we have, what, 5 pawns? They have 6. But we're going to grab that extra bishop, it looks like. So check. We trade. Now we just go up this extra bishop here. All right. Well, on to puzzle number 8. The queen was under attack by our bishop. It steps out of the way. We could grab this rook unless there's something better. I mean, that looks to be the... Oh, wow, hold on. They have these passed pawns. Those look pretty dangerous. But even so, maybe that's the best move. To go there. Unless there's something crazy that I'm missing. Like, you know, if we look at all the checks, if we go there and they take, then what? We can't check with our queen. I don't know. I'm thinking we have to take that rook. And we just go up a rook there. They'll be able to move with a discovered attack. Huh. All right, I don't know. It looks like we should just grab that. So that's what they want, I guess. Now what? We could just go here, attacking. Or we ignore that. Maybe we want to go up here. Oh, wait a minute. We should probably just drop back and go after these passed pawns. No. Okay, what was better that I was missing? Huh. attack the queen. Wow, so that's what they wanted, really? Oh, because now if we take with the queen, they can fork. But if we take with the rook, then we grab their other passed pawn. What? Come on. Oh, we grab the queen, I guess, and trade more material down. No. Oh my gosh. These puzzles are like, they're kind of making me angry today. What should we do? If we go there, they can fork us. So that's what they want? Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I guess still we can grab that. And we end up a whole rook ahead for their pawn. All right, yeah, that was a little tricky. On to puzzle number 9. So we have 2 more. All right, they're attacking our queen. The question is, do we go there and block? Do we take? And then if they take with their knight, we grab their queen. So let's look at the material count. We have what here? We have all of our pawns, both sides, so no pawns are missing yet. I don't think anything's been exchanged so far. 4 minor pieces, rooks and queen. Okay, so that's the big question here. I mean, if we look at checks, we have a possible check, but I don't think that does anything. They could even drop their bishop back and attack our queen, and then what do we do? Okay. So I think it has something to do with our bishop lined up on their queen, their bishop on our queen. So what do we do? We take, we go up a piece. So I think that's what we need to do. Now, what do we do then? I think now we just attack with the pawn. We grab that. So we just go up a piece there. All right, the final puzzle. Here we go. Puzzle number 10. Okay, we just had a capture. Now, how do we respond? If we look at the material, we just have a bishop, a rook, and a pawn versus their bishop, rook, knight, and queen. Wow, and they are hovering in here around our king. So we need to do something in a hurry. Well, if we look at checks first, I mean, kind of an obvious move would be to capture with the rook, but then their king could move out to the center here and start running. What if we go here? Check. The king can still run to the center, but then we could capture with the pawn with check and then promote on the next move. But would we survive? That is the question. But I don't know. I'm thinking that's what we need to do. We go check. The king has to run towards the center because our pawn is going to check him on the next move. So he goes there. We capture with check. And the king would probably run here. Then we promote. I think that's the best way to go. All right, make sure I'm not overlooking anything. I think we have to go there. Now, if we promote to a queen, we'll also be protecting our bishop, but that's going to give them time to counterattack. What counterattack do they have? If they go here with their queen, well, then we can start trying to run. Oh, they go with the pawn. Wow. Okay. Well, we can capture with the bishop. Or should we capture with the pawn? I don't know. It's looking pretty dangerous for our king. Wow, because if we go here, the queen could go there and attack us further. So, do we go there? I guess that's what they wanted. So now, if they attack us, if we go here, he'll be able to attack us again. But then once we run here, I think we're kind of safe, and their king is still out in the open with the rook and queen threats against it. All right, well, I hope you did well in these puzzles. Feel free to leave comments, like, and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you for watching, and have a super chess day.